Welcome to SLN TV English. My name is Yasmin Saeed and I'm here to update you with daily news. These are the stories making headlines. Vice Minister of the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance hosts Swedish delegation. Somaliland delegation accepts invitation to Djibouti. Egyptian police clash with Al-Sisi opposers. A delegation headed by the Somaliland Ministry of Interior paid a work-related trip to neighbouring nation Djibouti. The Interior Minister, Ali Mohammed Waran Adeh, accompanied by a senior delegation of government officials, including military and police commanders, departed from Igal International Airport in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa. Prior to his departure, the Interior Minister gave a brief speech in the VIP room of Igal International Airport, explaining to media officials the purpose of the trip. The minister explained that the trip came about after an invitation from their counterparts in Djibouti, and that a tight schedule has been arranged for the delegation from Somaliland. The minister also explained that each member from the Somaliland delegation will meet with their own specific counterparts in Djibouti to discuss additional security and peace arrangements. The Vice Minister of the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance, Abdulwahid Abdurrahman Abdulqadir, met with a delegation from Sweden. The Swedish delegation consisted of political experts, senior intellectuals and Swedish media researchers. The delegation met with several senior Somaliland officials, inclusive of the authoritative members of the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance at the Ministry headquarters, and the Vice Minister hosted them privately at his office in the Ministry. The Director General, Abdurrashid Jibril Yusuf, and the General Manager of Somaliland National Television, Khadr Hassan Ali Gas, also took part in meetings with the Swedish delegation. The Vice Minister provided the Swedish delegation with extensive information on the progress and development of Somaliland media, and specifically innovative development achievements made by Somaliland's information sector. The Minister said,
Welcome again. I think you have seen the situation generally our country politically, economically, and the social services.
The Director General of the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance, Abdurrashid Jibril Yusuf, also spoke at the event and elaborated on Somaliland's annual strategic plan. The General Manager of SLN TV described the ongoing projects being implemented by SLN TV and the fact that it is the only Somali-speaking channel with both English and Arabic news aired daily. The General Manager also described the importance of state media and the role that it plays in Somaliland society. The Somaliland Ambassador to Sweden, Roda Hachi Ilmi, who accompanied the delegation, outlined in detail the objectives of the delegation. There was also a question and answer session conducted in the meetings whereby the Swedish delegation wanted to understand the role and development of Somaliland's information sector. The delegation expressed thanks to the ministry for their generous hosting. The Mayor of Bur'a, Mohammed Murad, gave a short press release to media officials in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa, today. The Mayor explained the terms of reference and works conducted while the Mayor had been in office, and also gave details on upcoming projects in the capital city of the Togdheer region. The Mayor explained that the sanitation rights of Bur'a residents were severely disrespected prior to his arrival in office. The city had several health scares in relation to cleanliness, and the overall living standards of residents, due to lack of sanitation rights, was poor. The Mayor explained that since coming into office, he has removed several of the sanitation violations affecting Bur'a residents and has made changes to rules and regulations relating to sanitation. The Mayor has also improved the cleanliness and the look of the city. You're still tuned in to SLN TV, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news programme. And now for our international headlines in detail. Chinese ship steams to possible MH370 debris of white, red and orange objects following spotting of multiple objects by several international aircrafts.
A Chinese ship is steaming towards a siege area in the southern Indian Ocean after one of the country's military aircraft spotted three suspicious objects that could be related to the missing Malaysian Airlines jet. Chinese state news agency Xinhua reported that the Chinese military plane Ilzhun IL-76 had sighted three white, red and orange floating objects objectives from an altitude of 300 meters on Saturday. The Australian Maritime and Safety Authority (AMSA), which is coordinating the siege, said late on Friday that 5 international aircraft had spotted multiple objectives of various colors. Among them was a New Zealand Air Force plane which had spotted objectives that could be related to the flight MH370. The sightings had to be confirmed by ship, which was not expected to reach the area until Saturday, AMSA said. The siege operation had moved 1,100 kilometers north on Friday after AMSA received new information from Malaysia that suggested the plane had run out of fuel earlier than though. The shift followed analysis of radar and satellite data that showed the missing plane had traveled faster than had been previously calculated and so would have burned through its fuel load quicker. Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 vanished from civilian radar screens less than an hour into a Kuala Lumpur to Beijing flight. Malaysia says the plane was likely diverted deliberately, but investigators have turned up no apparent motive or other red flags among the 227 passengers or the 12 crew on board. Malaysian officials said the new siege area was the result of a painstaking analysis of Malaysian military radar data and satellite readings from British company Inmarsat carried out by US, Chinese, British and Malaysian investigators. Engine performance analysis by the plane's manufacturer Boeing helped investigators determine how long the plane could have flown before it ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. Information which had already been examined by the investigationists was re-examined in light of new evidence drawn from the Inmarsat data analysis. Malaysia's Acting Transport Minister Hashamuddin Hussein told a news conference on Friday, for more than a week, ships and surveillance planes have been scouring seas 2,500 kilometers southwest of Perth, where satellite images had shown possible debris from flight MH370, which went missing on March 8. 10 aircraft searching on Friday were immediately redirected to the new area, 319,000 kilometers per square, roughly the size of a Poland, around 1,850 kilometers west of Perth. The Australian Geospatial Intelligence Organization was also redirecting satellites there, AMSA said.
Egyptian police clash with anti-Sisi protesters. 5 are killed, including a female journalist, in violence at anti-government rallies in Cairo and Alexandria.
5 people, including an Egyptian female journalist, were killed in Cairo as police clashed with protesters demonstrating against ex-army chief Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's presidency bid. The violence erupted as supporters of deposed President Mohamed Morsi took to the streets of Cairo, Alexandria, and other cities on Friday to vent their anger at Sisi, who overthrew the Islamists 9 months ago. Mayad Ashraf, 23, who worked for the privately owned Al Dastur newspaper, was shot in the head while covering clashes in the northern neighborhood of Ain Shams. A further 3 people were killed in the same violence. 4 people were wounded in clashes in the northern province of Damietta. Health Minister official Khalid Al-Khatib told AFP news agents. In Cairo's eastern neighborhood of Madinat Nasser, students from Al-Azhar Islamic University hurled petrol bombs and stones at riot police, who fired tear gas to disperse them, security officials said. Underlining Egypt's deep polarization, clashes also erupted between Morsi supporters and his opponents in the northern Cairo district of Ain Shams and Metaraya. 10 Morsi supporters were arrested in clashes with security forces in the Damietta province, and 28 were arrested in the southern Minya province for carrying leaflets hostile to the military and the police. Demonstrators in the southern Cairo working class district of Helwan and Infayum province, southwest of the capital, fired bird shots and police responded with tear gas. Supporters of the wildly popular presidential hopeful, who toppled Morsi after massive street protests against his turbulent one-year rule, also demonstrated to celebrate his candidacy. Carrying Egyptian flags and portraits of Sisi, dozens marched in Alexandria and scores gathered in Cairo's iconic Tahrir Square, symbol of the 2011 uprising that toppled veteran President Hosni Mubarak. Sisi, who was also defense minister and deputy prime minister, announced his resignation on Wednesday to enable him to stand in the election. His candidacy is likely to further inflame Islamist protesters and worry secular activists who fear a return to rule by the military and the strong armed tactics of the Mubarak era. Sisi faces no serious competition in his bid for the presidency and is widely seen as the only leader able to restore order after more than 3 years of turmoil.
That's all the news we have for you today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.